for a starting spot here?
Um,
How do you view this big picture for you?
I think it's the same area. I think it's my job to come in, put my best foot forward, and just try to be the best me every day. So I'm just trying to get better, get good with the guys, and keep them right going the right way.
Anything that's different about you this offseason? Any change in you physically or in the way you're approaching things?
No, sir. I wouldn't say it's no big change physically. I think I'm weighing 235, 240. So I mean, maybe you could say my weight's down, but I think I've just been one step ahead.
Have you been with the first team throughout when you guys are in base?
I've been a little bit everywhere. I've been first team, second team. It's kind of all over the place right now.
Who else has gotten reps at your spot first team when you're not with the first group?
A number of guys. You can say Garvin, Bake. There's plenty of guys. There's a bunch of guys that play the same position, and right now they just got us rotating.
Stephone, is starting important to you?
Um,
NFL starter again as you were earlier in your career?
I think so. I think that should be one of my first goals, right? So before I can do anything else, I got to become the starter and put my best foot forward.
Stephone, you've got some familiarity with the system now. There's a need at your position. Is this the best opportunity that you've had here? Or did you have better opportunity last year, do you think?
I think whenever that opportunity comes or whatever opportunity is presented to me, it's my job to take advantage of it. So whatever it is, whatever the coach needs me to play 100 plays or 15 plays, it's my job to get it done.
Stephone, not to dwell on this or stay stuck in the past, but is there a point that you can look at where you feel like things went off track for you that you learned something from that you can correct now?
No, I think it's just growth. Honestly, it's just being in the league, going on my fourth year, and understanding the game, how this game is played from the college game, and just hounding in and packing that information in.
Do you get more of the business side of the league now?
I think that's something we need to learn when we first get in the league. But the business side, I think it really hits you in the face once you get traded or you get cut or something like that. So I guess I would say you get the business side full force once that happens.
What would you say to all the rookies because you've kind of got one of those careers where you've kind of been put through the grinder or you started through the grinder.
Right.
What do you say to rookies?
I think the best thing you can teach a rookie or tell a rookie man is his job is to come in and learn as much as he can, as fast as he can. And I think that'll help him tremendously as far as getting on the field or just getting on the field some. You got to learn that information. You got to learn what to do.
Stephone, I'm doing something on first-round picks and kind of how you deal with that being a first-round pick. What's different when you come in as a first-round pick?
Oh, man, what's that, 3 years ago now? I just kind of treat it as things that have passed. Once you get into camp and you get your first camp under your belt, man, we all equal. Everybody's big, everybody can run.
Did you find that there was more attention to you from outside forces, whether it's media or coaches, or did you put more pressure on yourself because you were a first-round pick?
I wouldn't say so. I think my pride and because of who I am, that was enough for me.
Stephone, how much more of an impact do you think you can make on defense because you'll have more familiarity and more knowledge of the defense?
I guess that time will tell. Like I said, when the opportunity and the place present itself, I got to make them. So, like I said, I'm going to have a chance to make some plays, and it's my job to make them.
When you left the Saints, what was your thinking, and I don't know if you talked about this with Matt Burke, about where you could get better as a player, what areas, and have you in those areas?
I think it's the same tune every year. You want to be in shape. You want to get a little bit bigger. You want to, stay in tune with your reflexes and getting off the spot, all the little things as a linebacker. Your first step, your reads, and just going through that daily and getting that information down. And like I said, that should be an everyday checklist for a linebacker.
Are you fully settled here now?
Yes, sir.
So how much of last season did you live in a hotel, or how unsettled was your?
Oh, man, we were looking at about week 3, week 4.
Okay.
I probably was in a hotel for about 3 or 4 weeks, and then finally got settled after that somewhere towards the end of the season, and just came together for me.
Is it easier now?
Oh, of course, yeah. I know what home is. I know what the bathroom is around the corner, so it's a lot better.
Have you been here all off season so far?
Yes, sir.
And your plans for the upcoming month off?
I'm gonna be back home. I got a 4-year-old. Be 5 in July. That's what I'm gonna be.
How do you describe your career to people who
I'm not sure. You know, it's a business. It's an NFL game. You know, it comes with it. You know, it's never gonna be pretty enough. It's never gonna be ugly enough. So, kind of just go with it.
Was there a conversation that you had with Mike Tannenbaum or Chris Greer after they made a decision on your fifth-year option in the last month? Had they told you what their thinking was?
I didn't have I didn't talk to anybody about that. But like I said, it was what I expected. You know, I needed more snaps. There's a lot that goes into it, but that's not my job to worry about. You know, so like I said, my job is going to be to put my best foot forward.
Stephone, when you look at you guys pass rushers, you know, Cam Wake, Robert Quinn, Andre Branch, Charles Harris, what do you think of them as a group?
They better get the ball out. I'll tell you that. They got a short amount of time, but I think first thing, fast, athletic, strong guys, bunch of guys that can pass rush, and we're gonna need those guys to be big for us this year and get after the quarterback. So,
Outside of Jarvis not being here, what stands out to you about the offense from having to go against them 3+ weeks now?
I guess number 17, Tanny, with him being back under the center, and like it's my first chance to get to see him, and you know he can sling it.
What, if anything, is different about Matt Burke's system this year and the way the defense is kind of set up? What's different about that, if anything? And also, what, if anything, is different about the culture in the locker room right now?
I think as far as system-wise, I think every year, you know, a coordinator find tweaks that one or two things that we need to work on. So I think I can't pinpoint anything exactly as far as with the system. I know obviously I'm more comfortable with it, but I think for our system, man, every year something different. But for us, the team, man, I think we got a good group going. I think guys that love each other and want to be around each other, and you know, we got one goal, and we're working towards that every day.
Stephone, having said that, what do you think is going to be the biggest difference to the eye for this defense as opposed to the defense from last season?
Looking to the eye.
For the fan, what are they going to notice about this defense as opposed to last year?
Let's go. I guess I would say energy. I think this group is going to come with a lot more energy, a lot more to their step. You know, it's a lot more just guys having fun, being energetic, being happy about what they do.
A couple of guys have talked about
Couple
that
more
so
guys.
far this summer. What was the missing element last year? Why did the energy level maybe take a dip as the season went on?
That's why it was last year. We tend not to worry about it.
Stephone, very important question. How devastating is it for you? You walk in there and you don't have Cody Parkey sitting in the locker next to you. Do you describe it as crushing, or are you distraught?
Oh man, it probably crushing, you know. But Cody's a good kid, man, and he was right next to me. And like I said, Cody's gonna be fine. And like I said, he was a good kicker for us, and he got the job done. Miss what we got done.
We good?
So what's your kid's name?
Skylar Anthony,
SKYL.
AR.
Where's home for you?
Yeah, where's home?
Home, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Bojangles.
There he is. He knows. Appreciate it, fellas.
Overrated. Yes. Popeyes all day.
Right now, we're not really focused on that. We're all just working, trying to get better. We got a good group of guys. We're all working together, and we're all just trying to push each other every day to get better.
What is it that you did last year that allowed you in 2 weeks to go from a guy that just got claimed to a guy who's on the practice on the field?
That was interesting. Last year, I wasn't really expecting to get released or anything like that, but it happened, and I just came here and worked my butt off, and I just studied. My wife didn't come down here with our daughter. I told her to stay away. I'm just working, so there was no point in her coming down.
So it was just study. I mean, because they talk about how fast you learn to play, but what was it that was it similar to what you knew in Denver, or similar to what you knew in New England?
Yeah, it was a lot of combination of all that together. This would be my fourth offense in 3 years. It was in 3 years I had to learn, and so it was just playing quarterback. I pick up stuff pretty quickly. I look at things differently than most guys on the team, and I was just learning pretty quick.
You mentioned the fourth offense in 3 years. How do you feel about, to what extent are you settled right now in this offense compared to where you've been in the past?
Yeah, I feel really good about where I'm at. I felt good about every playbook I played with. I mean, that's one of the things you can control is how well you know the offense, and that's something I take pride in. And so, I feel really good about where I am with the offense, and I'm just going to keep working to get better.
And AJ, when you tell the wife and the child to stay at home, I guess some guys can see that as relaxing. I'm getting away from the game. I can be with the wife and child, but tunnel vision for you?
Yeah, at that point when I'm coming to a new team that late in the season, there wasn't really time to relax. I was trying to get on the field and help this team win. I mean, in the NFL, you're either playing or you're not really going to be on a roster. So I was doing what I could to play, and my wife and my daughter, my daughter's really young, so it wasn't going to be easy for me to get as much sleep as I needed.
Adam Gase, when he would talk about you, he would kind of use the term quarterback friendly.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean to you, a quarterback friendly tight end?
I think that has to go back with just knowing the position looking at it from a different way. I try to look at what quarterbacks see and try to be where they want me. I try to be in their position because, I mean, it's a hard position to play a quarterback, and so you just got to do everything you can to help them out and be in there where they want you.
AJ, did Ryan and you work together at all before these last 4 weeks? Did you do anything February or March?
Yeah, as soon as he started throwing, I was here. I mean, I stayed up in Jupiter this offseason, so I drove down at any time Ryan wanted to throw, so I was here.
And where are you guys right now in terms of establishing a good on-field?
Yeah, like I said, everyone's here is working. We're all trying to get familiar with each other, and that's what that time of year is for, is to get that connection and get going, and then hopefully by season everyone will be clicking.
How many times would you say you guys got together to throw?
I didn't count. I mean, whenever he called, I was there, so I don't know. You're gonna ask. I can go look at my phone and tell you, but I don't know. That's a lot.
How have you enjoyed, what's it been like competing against the two rookies?
Those guys have been great. I mean, as rookies, all you can ask out of rookies is they want to come in and work and learn. And those two guys do. They're here every day. They're trying to be the first ones in the building, so that's awesome. And they want to learn, so they're asking them the right questions and they're doing the right things.
AJ, what kind of difference does it make being here from the start, from the OTAs this year as opposed to last year where you came in late in the season?
Yeah, it's big. Like last year, I was learning week by week the plays that were installed. It wasn't just like I didn't get really get the full install of camp, and now I get to learn the ins and the outs of the offense. So that's awesome.
Did you say your family's here now?
Oh yeah, we're here now. They're here now.
What's that like having everybody?
That's what it's normally is. I'm used to it, but it was just mid-season. It was a tough transition, so I just tried to have the least amount of distractions as possible.
You've been to so many different organizations now. What is it that you think hasn't allowed you to stick in one place?
I mean, I'm not sure about that. I mean, I guess you have to ask the GMs of the other teams, but I'm happy to be here right now, and I feel good here.
Now, obviously, health was a reason with you not being in Denver last, not continuing on there. Is there anything, though, as you've looked at your game where you've said, I have to get better at this, that you're willing to share with us?
I work at everything in my game. I want to be as complete a tight end as possible. I think Dal said a couple days ago that I need to work my blocking, so that's what I'm really doing this offseason, working with Shane, just trying to make that one of my strong points and just keep working on everything else as well.
And AJ, after being in the league for a little bit, the draft, do you take that personally, or is that the business side of the team? How do you take that?
I don't look at it. I don't really pay attention to the draft. I mean, they have their own reasonings for everything they're doing. I don't really look at that. I mean, you can't get caught up on a rookie. You shouldn't be looking behind you. You should be just looking forward. And so I'm just not worried about that. I'm just trying to be the best I can be.
Can you explain a little bit of what you got out of those throwing sessions with Ryan? What did you figure out about him that could help you guys?
I mean, he's very detail-oriented, and that's a great thing in a quarterback. He wants to do exactly what he wants to, and I just want to make sure. I was just trying to take exactly what he wanted and implement it in my game. So, like, just certain routes, just be in the right spot, looking at the right time, and just trying to click on everything.
So what's the difference that you noticed from the beginning when you started working on those to coming into OTAs? Well, what do you notice that's a little sharper or better between you and him?
I mean, it's just the timing, and it's just me being ready when he wants me to be ready, and just looking at, like I said, looking at the right time, just like on a little diagonal route. He likes me to look earlier, and so that's like where we work on stuff like that, just small details of everything.
Do you find it at least a coincidence that you and Marquise Gray are former former quarterbacks?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy actually. He was in Minnesota when I was at Iowa, so it was weird because I was obviously wasn't playing a quarterback, but I was watching him play, and now to be on the same team is pretty cool. I mean, you never know. We could throw some trick plays in with me or Q. We figure that one out.
So, what do you think it is about you that quarterbacks that make you guys tight end options?
I don't know. It's different. There's a couple guys that have done it. Blake Bell did in my year in the draft too. I just think it's just being able to understand what the quarterback wants. I mean, obviously blocking is going to be the first thing that people think it's going to be the hardest thing to go to, but at the end of the day, you just got to learn the technique and just work. And I think quarterbacks are always wanting to work.
Do you think it helps you guys learn the offense quicker?
I definitely think it does.
AJ, the tight end position has become so dynamic.
Mhm.
So a lot of guys are great receivers at tight end.
Yeah.
Can this group be dynamic? Do you see dynamic talent at the tight end spot here?
Yeah, I think we do have a great room. I think we're going to surprise a lot of people this year, and we're just ready to work, and that's all we can do right now is work. I mean, I'm not going to make any goals or any expectations or anything like that, but we're all working, we're all trying to get better, and we're excited about this year.
How much more athletic do you think that position has become because of the mismatches and things that
I mean, like we're all working. I think we're all trying to be athletic and try to be mismatches, so we're excited.
Who can really throw out of the ex-quarterbacks? So like you, Marquise,
I mean,
Wilson.
Q's pretty good.
Jeremy can throw too. I know he's not an ex-quarterback, but he
Yeah,
can
Q's pretty. He can throw pretty good. He's still hitting the goalpost after practice and stuff like that. It's impressive.
So he's got you.
We'll see.
Have you tried the garbage can drill?
Not since college. No, I haven't done that in a while.
What's the value for you in terms of being here with Coach Gase, a guy who obviously values your skills? Is there extra value for that? You'd be happy to be on any team, I'm sure.
I'm happy. Like you said, happy to be here. Being with Coach Gase, it's exciting. He's done a lot of great things with tight ends in his past, and that's why as a room we're really excited. We're ready. That's why we're working so hard. We want to be there for the offense and make as many plays as we can. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Supposed to reset for you, sir.
How's it going? Fast. Then you go home that night and kind of focus on it then. So it's been good. I'm excited to kind of keep pushing that through the next month and a half and get really familiar.
What is the difference between a college install and what you're engaged in out in the NFL?
Yeah, volume, big time. Generally the concepts are similar, but in terms of volume, how many plays are in, adjustments that can be made, pre-snap by the quarterbacks. You have to know, this play, it could be alerted to this play, those mechanics. But I'd say overall it's the volume.
Shane Day mentioned to us about how Fasano was FaceTimed, I guess, after Indy when you talked to the Dolphins. Have you had any communication with Anthony during the OTA process, asking for advice, asking for feedback on the playbook?
Yeah, so actually Shane just gave me his number, and I mean, I'll probably be reaching out to him here in the next few weeks because this is kind of a crucial time, this next month, and especially as a rookie, kind of maybe pick his brain about, what to do during this time and things like that. But it's nice to have a guy who's, connected to the Dolphins, who's connected to Notre Dame, and it sounds like willing to help.
So on a percentage basis, how much bigger is this playbook compared to college? 10%, 50%?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably maybe like 100% bigger. So if our playbook is this big, I would say it's double, maybe. But that's rough, but that's probably around what it is.
So the first time you opened it up, your thought was?
Yeah, well, when you first get it, it only has a couple installs. So you're like, okay, well, I'll be able to handle this. And you come in the first day and they throw you, a stack that's just as big as the stuff that you've gone over for 2 weeks. So, like I said, it's just about rolling with the punches, kind of getting familiar with it as you go and establishing some comfort.
Jordan, we've been able to watch, I think, 4 practices. We haven't seen you and Mike targeted a lot in 11-on-11s. Do you have any ballpark number in your mind of how often you have been targeted in full team drills?
Ballpark number, I'm not sure. They're all kind of running together at this point. I think we've both been targeted, a decent amount of times. But, at this point in the year, it's especially as rookies in this OTA mini camp process, it's all about, getting familiar with the playbook, with the other guys and things like that. So in terms of, targets and rep by rep, things like that, we're not as worried about that.
And have you caught all the balls thrown to you in 11-on-11s?
I believe so. I'll have to go check, but I believe so.
Have you felt underappreciated as a receiver? Because, certainly Shane and the Dolphins front office had said, we think he's not getting the credit he deserves as a receiver. Had you felt underappreciated through the draft process in that regard?
I don't know about underappreciated. I feel like, with the offense that we ran at Notre Dame and, kind of our philosophy is what we wanted to do. Obviously I wasn't targeted as much, didn't have as many catches. I think that's something that I tried to show throughout the pre-draft process through, the Senior Bowl, things like that, it's something I could do as well. So I think, like you said, I think they have confidence, and I do as well.
Have you found any worthy ping pong opponents yet?
Actually, I've only been in there once. I know I dropped that the last time. it's kind of a crazy time of the year right now for me and the other rookies and guys like that. But I'll definitely be on the prowl here pretty soon.
You said you've been in there once. Have you played?
Only once, and I was actually in there alone, so I haven't been on the ping pong table at all actually.
How much did playing in Notre Dame help you on this level in terms of no stage on this level should seem too big for you because you've already been on a huge stage?
Yeah. I mean, it's tough to say right now just because I haven't been in an atmosphere, a preseason game, a regular season game. But you're right. I mean, there's, in terms of stage wise, I don't think there's going to be, a light that shines too bright. For a lot of these guys, Mike, the other rookie tight end played at Penn State, same thing. So I think it's an advantage a little bit. But in terms of how big, it's tough to say.
Dowdy, no, sorry, not Dowdy. The offensive coordinator, he basically said you're the Y tight end, or that's where they're working. Is that what they call the inline guy?
Yeah, for the most part. There's always little intricacies where the Y will split out here, split out there, but in terms of general rule, yes.
And what is the seam threat guy? What they call him what?
In terms of just what we call in our offense, it's an F. Is what we call it. Yeah.
What might be one thing that is easier in the adjustment you've made to the NFL, and what might be one thing that's tougher than you might have expected?
Yeah. In terms of tougher, I would say it kind of stems from the volume of the playbook. That's because in college, I think I was a guy who kind of used the mental part of the game as a strength. I knew the playbook extremely well. I could go out and play extremely fast because I knew it so well. So adjusting, anyone that has to make that adjustment from college to the pros is going to have an adjustment period. But for me, I think that's something that I'm trying to make my strength. So that's something that's, I guess, tougher just from sheer volume. In terms of an easy transition, that's tough to say at this point. It's almost all of my focus is on the playbook and little technique things here and there. So I wouldn't say any of them are just extremely difficult. But in terms, I wouldn't call anything really easy either.
What was the point where it really hit you, the magnitude of the heat and humidity during practice down here?
Yeah, it was probably last week. I'm from Central Texas, so I, in a past life, kind of was used to the heat a little bit. But you're right, it's definitely different down here with the humidity and things like that. And last week we had our mini camp, and I think it was the second day, Wednesday, and I don't know how hot it was, but just with the sun out, it being that hot, plus all the humidity, I went through 3 pairs of gloves. I didn't even get as many team reps as some of the older guys because they know everything and they're crushing it, and I'm out here with 3 gloves and stuff like that. So it's definitely an adjustment for everybody, but one that I think down the line will make us all better.
Were you struggling at all? Did you find you were more gassed than you thought you'd be? Or?
I think for me it was just more like sheer sweat. I was just drenched. My shorts are heavy and things like that. So just something to get used to. But like I said, down the line I think it'll pay dividends.
So you've never gone through 3 sets of gloves on a practice before?
In the middle of camp I could go through 2 maybe up at Notre Dame, but 3's a new level.
Durham is a guy who obviously was considered a very, very good blocker as a tight end. Is it too early without pads to get a sense yet of how good a blocker you'll be initially as a rookie at this level? Are you curious about that? Do you have any feel for it yet? Not in pads.
Yeah, I think it's tough to say, but at this point in the year with OTAs and things like that, obviously with no pads, we're working a lot of technique. You don't get to go, I guess, full speed into a guy, but we're working a lot of technique that I think in college a lot of people don't focus on, and even myself, we ran the ball a lot, but I've already learned so much within the 4 weeks here in terms of blocking technique and things like that. So I'll continue to work on that over the next month and a half, and then hopefully that'll translate when we put the pads on.
Going back to the studying part for a second, are you doing anything drastic like 3 a.m.? You're still looking at your playbook, or?
I haven't pulled a 3 a.m. yet, just because it's like we said with the heat and everything. I think if I stayed up till 3 a.m., I'd probably die the next day. But me and Mike have been good about, because we're roommates over at the hotel, so we've been good about studying away from the building. We have a whiteboard in our hotel room that we'll kind of quiz each other with, things like that. So it's been good. It's nice having a guy who plays the same position, who's kind of going through the same thing, so we can kind of bounce ideas off each other and things like that. Thanks. Yep. Appreciate it.
of one of my strengths. At least, that's how I feel. So, when the ball comes my way, it's my job to make the play, whether it's one hand, two hand, low, high, whatever it is.
How much time do you spend on one-handed catches?
I do practice them, just getting the work, the repetitions this way when it does happen. It's not, it doesn't take you by surprise, but when you go to make that one-handed catch, it's not something that you plan in your mind. All right, I'm going to go with one hand on this one. It just kind of happens. It's just natural. Your hand just goes to the ball. So.
Are you one of those players that you want your quarterback to know when I'm covered, I'm open?
Absolutely. I think that, especially being a tight end, being a bigger guy, being a faster guy, more athletic, all that kind of stuff. I think that's one of my attributes that I would like for my quarterbacks to know.
Just throw it and give me a shot.
Absolutely.
Smythe said that the playbook is about twice what he had at Notre Dame. So what's the experience been like for you trying to get a handle on that?
It's been, a lot thrown at you at once, honestly. We're in, I think install 10 now, and it's not like you're getting it the night before. You're getting it 20 minutes once you come in, you look through it, and you go out there. So there's a lot going on, but I think that the good thing is being able to have these OTAs and this time period now. So this way, when training camp comes around, you get to go through it a second time. And for me, this is different, man. This is a different system. This is more terminology. This is a lot, but something that I'm excited about because now I have a challenge and something that I'm really striving to master. And when I get to that level and I can pass, play aggressive, play to my strengths, then that's what I'm excited about.
The other acclamation is the level of talent you're playing against. Have you found already it's a lot harder to do some of the things that you used to do when you played against these linebackers and these safeties?
Obviously, these guys are extremely talented. It's definitely another level, another step up in terms of talent, athleticism, speed, strength, all that kind of stuff. But I still feel pretty confident in my ability to use my attributes, my size, my speed, my ability to make plays. And then honestly, it's just getting the mental aspect of the game down right now. So I think I've been here 5-6 weeks, something like that. So I'm just excited for when I'm here 5-6 months. When I'm at that point and I have all this stuff down, and before you know it, Ryan calls a play, clap, and line up, and I'm set, and I'm already looking at the defense rather than, all right, I have this here, or if I motion here, all that kind of stuff. So.
I was gonna say, what is it like to play like that? Was it just thinking more than?
Yeah, I feel like kind of freshman year all over again type of thing. You get in and it's a whole lot at once. But I think that today, personally for me, was a huge step forward. I think I did a really good job today. Just kind of focusing in the huddle, knowing, all right, I'm the F here, I got this, I'm lining up here, I got this route, but if two come, I'm hot, that kind of stuff. And I think, that was kind of a credit. I had a lot of help this weekend. I got with, Bryce Petty on Friday and was able to, just go out and just work with him for a little bit. He was, just kind of mentoring me a little bit, and it's good. I think that shows, the leadership and the guys that are in this organization.
Any big plays from you today as far as why today, outside of obviously feeling a better grasp mentally, were there any big plays from you today?
Had a couple catches, just honestly, I'm not worried about the production on field right now. I'm not worried, oh man, I only had one catch today, I didn't score a touchdown today, anything like that, because we're sitting here, it's June, we don't have a game for another 3 months. What I'm most concerned about right now is just, showing the coaches, showing the quarterbacks, the guys around me, my teammates, trying to earn their respect that, hey, man, this kid knows what he's doing. He knows his job. He knows his role, his assignment. I want him on the field. I want him to make a play for us.
You don't want to be that guy that the quarterback is
yeah.
He's telling, grabbing him.
Absolutely. And, there's been times where I've been that guy right now. Hey, what do I have here? Because that's just natural, man. I've been here 5-6 weeks, just like all the other rookies. It's just this acclimation period. But like I said, today, for me personally, I felt pretty confident out there. Not really second guess myself, lining up quicker, being able to adjust to the defense and just playing fast.
Tell us a little bit about the whiteboard in your hotel room.
Yeah.
A little bit about that. Mm-hmm. Is that unusual, or does everybody or most guys have that? And what are you getting out of that time?
Yeah, I can't speak for anybody else. I'm not sure. But Coach Day is unbelievable when it comes to his teaching strategies and how he wants us to learn and all that kind of stuff. And that was something that he suggested. So I grabbed the whiteboard, and me and Durham got in the hotel room. Me and him are roommates, and just he's getting there and he's calling out a play and calling it out quick, and you draw it up. Just kind of trying to simulate the huddle and simulate knowing everything on the fly, and not just your job, but knowing everybody's job. Because I know for me personally, I gotta know the Y, the F, the H, the X, the Z. I gotta be able to go anywhere and everywhere. So there's a lot to know, there's a lot to learn, but I think that's a very helpful strategy that me and him have been doing.
So you guys are calling out plays, quizzing each other.
Yes, sir.
So he has his turn on the board, you
Yep.
have your turn on the board.
Yeah.
And you have to tell both assignments for the F and the Y?
F, the Y, Z, H, X, everybody. You draw up the whole play, and sometimes the Y is in on protection, sometimes the F's out. Everything's all over the place.
So
Man.
did you borrow the board from here, or you went out and bought your own whiteboard?
We had a board in the tight end room, and I said, "Hey, coach, can I have it?" And he said, "I'm not using it." So grabbed it and brought it
Are
home.
you all spending a little time doing that most weeknights?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
So it's like a thing after dinner or something?
We get back to the hotel. Honestly, I'll stay here late just because I don't want to go back to the hotel anyways. You're just locked up in a hotel room, so I'll stay here and just do whatever extra work to honestly just kill time to stay out of that hotel and just continue to get better.
Don't punch it. Don't punch the whiteboard.
Yeah.
You guys didn't watch the NBA finals or anything? No?
We did watch the finals. I was like, oh yes, there's a basketball game tonight. We have something to do. We can watch some basketball. That was good. That's why I was hoping that they pushed it up a little bit. Went into 5, 6, 7, something like that. But
I asked during this question, I'll ask you. In your case, you played in front of 100,000 crazy fans every home game on Saturday. This stage won't be too big for you.
No.
Is that an advantage?
Yeah. No, I don't think it's an advantage. I think you're lining up. I'm lining up next to Danny Amendola. It's not too big for him. He's been in the Super Bowl. Your opponents, we're playing teams that have been in the Super Bowl before. You're playing teams that go to the playoffs. Maybe for other rookies that are coming from smaller schools in terms of acclimation. But once you get here and that ball snapped, that first play, don't matter how many people are in the stands, because you just got to do your job.
So Mike, there was a video on social media of Ryan kind of teaching you about a certain run, the way he went. How valuable is that for him?
Oh, it's awesome. He's a great mentor, a great leader. Especially for me being on the offensive side of the ball, I get to see his attributes as a leader. He's vocal. He's doing all the right things, and for him to take that time and help me out, and that's not the only occasion that he's done that. He's done it several times. Sometimes if we're doing some RVA stuff, he'll get up there and make sure he's throwing with me, and just kind of he's done a really good job helping me, and I think that just kind of shows the teammate and the person he is.
Surprise you at all that he did that?
No, it doesn't surprise me at all. I've heard great things about him. I met him here on my 30 visit and had lunch with him that day, and got to kind of know him a little bit, and I think that's just who he is.
How important is it to know exactly what the quarterback wants from you, primarily in all of those, especially the option route stuff?
Oh, it means everything. You got to have 100% chemistry with him. He's got to have all the trust in the world that you're going to be where you need to be and where he thinks you're going to be at that exact time. So I think building that chemistry and just building that confidence, that's a huge thing for him to get back and be like, all right, I know I can go to Mike here because I know he's going to get open. I know I can put it here and he's going to make the play.
So when you're in the huddle and they call a play and you don't exactly know what you're supposed to do, who do you turn to?
Whoever's to my left and right, man. Whoever's there to help. Whoever's there to help.
Mike, it's normal, obviously, for veterans who have been in the system to take most of the first-team reps, as Marquise and AJ have done. Have you gotten any first-team reps at all in 11-on-11s?
Yeah, everybody's kind of getting their shot and getting their opportunity. So, we got 6 tight ends in the room, and everybody's had their shot. Everybody's been in with the ones. I've been anywhere from 1s to 3s. So, honestly, I could care less about a depth chart. I don't care if there's 6 tight ends and you already got me at 7. It doesn't bother me right now because I just want to be able to learn this playbook, learn what I have to do, play fast, and play confident, because that's when I'm at my best. So, when I get to that level, when I get to that, stage in this acclimation period and in these OTAs and in the training camp, then that's when, I'm going to be, lining up there with the ones, feeling really confident. All right, I can beat him here. I'm going to move. I'm going to go make this play. So
during this break that you're going to have after next week, who's going to be whiteboard quizzing you, and what happens to the whiteboard?
That's a great question. I'm probably not going to be able to bring it all the way from Florida to New Jersey. So just go out, get another one, and I'm sure my dad will be at home, just waiting for the opportunity to help me out and call some plays and see how much I know, because I'll get on the phone with him and tell him, yeah, man, this stuff's hard. But so when I get home, he'll give me the opportunity to, continue to use the whiteboard, continue to get better and all that kind of stuff.
So, Mike, it looked like you guys went to Top Golf instead of having your third day of practice.
We did.
How did you enjoy it, and then how cool was it to kind of?
It was awesome, man. It was just cool to kind of have that. You're going in, you're expecting the third day of mini camp. The 2 days prior were pretty long, and you get there on Thursday morning, and I think they showed us a clip from Happy Gilmore, said here's a little motivational for you, and we went out and watched that, and then we went to Top Golf, and it was cool, man. It was a great experience for all of us as a team, just kind of get that chemistry going, and it was a fun experience.
What's the chemistry like in the tight end room? Obviously, you've got some veterans in there, and then there's rookies in there. Rookies are supposed to take the veterans' job.
It's really good. I've said this before. It's, talking with other people. You don't get the sense that people are competing for the same job. Because if I have a question and I turn to AJ and ask him the question, he's giving me the answer right away. He's trying to help me out. Everybody's trying to help each other out to make the best out of our entire tight end room, which is really good. And I think it's making everybody else better. So, when everybody else is at their best, competing, challenging each other, but everybody's really helpful.
What are you going to do to unwind after we get through these next few days?
There's zero unwinding going on. I promise you that. My foot's on the gas from now until February. So,
Mike, was there a point where
Last question.
Where the heat really got you, where you really saw how serious it is then?
Yeah. And the scary part is oh man, it's hot. No, it's not even hot yet. It's just like, all right, well, yeah. So.
It gets much worse.
Yeah. So.
140 degrees.
Yeah, that's comforting.
I don't feel it.
So.
You said he sweated through like 3 pairs of gloves.
Oh yeah.
Something where,
Yeah, today we were in the bubble and it was like awesome, man. When you get in the bubble, it's just like the greatest thing in the world. So. Definitely still when I go home and when I run, I might honestly I've thought about I might run in sweats and sweatshirt, just trying to simulate that heat. So this way when I get back, it's not taking me by surprise. But we do come back a week early as rookies, and that acclimation more to the heat. So.
You want to play games in the bubble?
No. I was at the stadium the other day. It's really nice. I'm excited to play there.
Mike was the best golfer.
Not me. I couldn't tell you, but I'll be damn sure it wasn't me.
We know it's not Kiko either, based on
Yeah, his baseball swing. Yeah.
All right, thank
Cool.
you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Brad, that's all there is.